Howdy, folks. I'm extremely curious about this one. I've never heard this. I don't think I've ever heard this title before. I'm pretty sure I've never heard the song before by Merle. And it's a gift request of Todd Hanson. So, Todd, shout out to you, my friend. Todd's out in wine country in California, but I'm wearing my UK hat just for the fun of it. So, welcome aboard if you're across the pond. Merle's Irma Jackson. Honestly, I have no idea, but just a title like that has me intrigued. Who was Irma, and why is Merle singing about her? And was she a real person? Thank you for this gift, Todd.
I'd love to shout my feelings from a mountain high and tell the world I love her, and I will till I die. There's no way the world will understand that love is colorblind. That's why Irma Jackson can't be mine. I remember when no one cared about us being friends. We were only children, and it really didn't matter then. But we grew up too quickly in a world that draws a line where they say Irma Jackson can't be mine. If my loving Irma Jackson is a sin, then I don't understand this crazy world we're living in. There's a mighty wall between us standing high, but I'll love Irma Jackson till I die.
I love this.
She tells me she's decided that she'll go away, and I guess it's right that she alone should have the final say. But in spite of her decision forcing us to say goodbye, I'll still love Irma Jackson till I die. If my loving Irma Jackson is a sin, then I don't understand this crazy world we're living in. It's a mighty wall between us standing high, but I'll love Irma Jackson till I die.
I wonder if he got blowback for this song. I don't know when it came out. I love it. And not that there was a divide there, that the world, that the world, separated people by race and all that stuff. But the reason I was smiling in here was because there was a girl, and her name was Pam Jackson, that I grew up with, middle school and high school, and we never dated, never kissed, but she was the absolute cutest thing on planet Earth. She, inside and out, her personality was just, they don't make them like her, really. Well, there are other people with beautiful personalities, but Pam, it was sixth, maybe seventh grade. I had no game whatsoever as a guy, just an immature kid. And Pam, skinny little thing, but so cute, would just come up and put her arm in mine and be like, Donald, and all this stuff. And we both had like a crush on each other, but we never acted on it. And I remember her saying, now, mind you, I was born in 61. And so if this was, say, seventh grade, I'd have been 12. That would have been around 1973, 74. And she'd be like, and I went to a mixed middle school and mixed high school, black, white. And she's like, Donald, why can't you be black? And and growing up black, you learn to grow up black. It's different, because white is predominant. But the narrative that's spun out there in the media now is just, it drives me nuts. It drives people further apart. We are not as divided as they're representing in the media. I know from even back in the day. And, race relations have come a long way. The acceptance of mixed marriages and so on. It's like people don't even look twice really about it. But I don't know when this song came out, but not the irony, but the coincidence that this song is Irma Jackson, and the girl I had a crush on and she had one on me, her name was Pam Jackson. And then she wound up dating one of the coolest dudes as well that I knew from middle school and high school, Billy Jackson. And Billy was a good ball player. He was just a good dude. They weren't related, they just so happened to have the same last name. That would have been convenient on the marriage license if they'd ever gotten married, which I don't think they did. But she wouldn't have had to change her name or anything. But yeah, I like this. I like that Merle came out with it. And I'm really curious to know if there was any blowback or any pushback for Merle singing this at the time that he did. I love that he sang it. And it's true. I mean, we're wired for pattern recognition. And the fact that we have preferences in our lives, if you just like white people, just like black folks, just like Asians, whatever, I don't have any negative thoughts about that. It's just kind of normal in some ways where we have preferences. You're allowed preferences. If a Jewish, girl wants just to marry a Jewish guy, there is nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, none. I think the problem arises when society says, oh, you can't do that. Or if a Jew wants to marry a Christian, oh, you can't do it. Families, of course, want to have similar traits. It's less of an adjustment to make. There's a lot of social implications to these sorts of decisions. But for me, I'm like, if somebody's a good dude, if somebody's a good girl, fine. And if they're prettier or handsome, even better. So, and we all have our own standards of beauty. So I could sure tell you this much, that Pam, every dude was like, Pam, black, white, everybody was like, oh, Pam was absolutely stunning, cute, right through high school. Still, she wrote the nicest thing in my yearbook. And I saw her at one of our high school reunions, and my heart was just like, God, I love this girl. And she's with the dude, Daryl. He was a good ball player. And he's a cool dude. He's a really good dude to this day. So Pam obviously has good taste. Maybe wound up with better dudes than me. I don't know. I don't like to think that, but who knows? It could be true. So, all right, Todd, you got me off and running on this one, man. And I love the way Merle, I love the instrumentation in this. Just quintessential Merle, the way he sang it, what he sang, unapologetic about it. I'm going to rate this song, and the number that popped into my head immediately was a 9.3. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So there you go. All right, guys. If somebody's a cool person, that's what they are. It's just that simple. And if they happen to be cute, like Pam, or in this one, I'm sure like Irma, hey, there it is. All right, guys. Have a great day. See you on another video. We're more united than you might think, and keep rocking the country.
And tell the world I love her, and I will till I die. There's no way the world will understand that love is colorblind.